Alright, hello. After getting numerous requests, I finally decided to try out doing this, one of these how-to videos, and seeing how this is the song I've gotten the most requests for, I decided to start off with the Golden Age of Grotesque. As with most of my piano/keyboard covers, they're transcribed from the appropriate guitar tab, sometimes with a little bit of variations thrown in there for the mix. Anyways, down to business. The first part we're going to start off with is going to be the intro/verse. This is probably the simpler part of the song because it's only two different chords that's played into it. It's going to be the C major, I believe, and then a E minor. Now, typically with piano, sometimes you would just play around with those chords rhythmically, or come up with some lead bass off of that from the chords or the scale. But in this case, as with most of the covers, I'm following what the guitar does, which in this case is going to be arpeggios. So to start off with the C major part, you're going to go C and E with your left hand. Then your right hand's going to go C, G, then E, C. And with your left hand, after you play that, you're going to play a little three-note fill. It's going to be C, C sharp, D. Alright, so then that first part with the C chord is going to look like this. Alright, and then the second half is going to be the E minor chord, and you're going to follow a very similar pattern, just with it being played as a different chord. So you're going to start off with the two notes on your left hand. In this case, it's going to be E and B. Then your right hand's going to go B and G, then E, B. And then followed by that, you're going to do a three-note fill again, but this time it's going to be G, F sharp, E. Alright, so that part's going to sound like this. Alright, and that's the verse. Alright, this part's going to be the pre-chorus. In the original version, or the album version, this is one of the few parts that Pogo actually plays on keyboard, seeing how the main melody of the song is just a sampled piano. And it's normally he would play this with like a pad tone. Now, in the album version, it's just that, and nothing much else playing in the background. But it still follows, technically, the song, that part of the song still follows the chords played in the verse, which is going to be the C, and then the E minor. Now, I figured out a way to embellish on that, so this is where it starts to change a little bit from the song. By playing the part that Pogo plays as real small two-noted chords. And during the C chord part, which is the first half of it, of each riff, you're going to be playing G and B, F sharp A, and then A and C, and you hold that. And then the second half, during the E chord, you're going to be playing E and G, E flat, F sharp, E and G again, and then F sharp A. Now, when you're playing those, your left hand's playing the individual notes of the chord after each right-handed chord is struck. So, and with the first half being that C, it's going to be C and E, and the second part is going to be E and B. So it's going to actually sound a little bit like this. And then that fill from the verse, C, C sharp, D, then to the E chord part. Alright, and then back to the C chord part. And you're not going to play the F sharp and A because this is the part right before the chorus kicks in. Alright, now it's for the main part of the song, the chorus. There's 3 different chords in the chorus, but they're repeated into 4 sections. So it'll sound like there's 4 chords into the chorus, and it's going to be that E minor, that C, and then this funky B. It's like a B inverted E or something. I'll look it up and post it for you later, but it's like the bottom half of the E, so it actually even plays the same almost. And then for the 4th part, it's going to go back to that C. Alright, now the rhythm is going to be like this. You're going to go E, B with your left hand for the E chord, and you're going to go back up to here where your right hand's at. You're going to play G and B, then the B on the left, then B and E on the right, then B on the left. Alright, so again, it's going to go. Although, sometimes it's going to sound okay with the G and E, so for now on, I'm just going to do it like that, so it's going to go. And after that, you're going to play 3-note fill. It's going to be G, F sharp, E. As a matter of fact, it's actually going to be that fill for all 4 of the chords. So you're going to go again. Alright, and then you're going to go to that C chord, and it's going to be that same pattern. So your right hand should be really familiar with this now. But you're going to go C, E with your left, then G and C together with your right, E with your left, then G and E with your right, then E with your left. So that's going to be and then that fill. And you're going to do the same thing with the 3rd chord, the B, and you're going to play the same chord pattern with your right hand too, as well as the same alternating notes with your left. So it's going to be B, E with your left, then G and B with your right, E with your left, then G and E with your right, then E with your left. So it's going to be and then G, F sharp, E. And then you're going to repeat that C pattern again. So alright. Now, the second time that's played through, instead of ending on the C, you're going to actually end on a slightly different pattern. So the first time it's going to sound like this. Then you're going to do an A chord with both hands, but you're going to go A, E with your left. Then your right's going to go C, A. So then you're going to play a G, but you're going to play G, B with your left. And then D, G, D with your right. So, but you're going to play it like this though. And then end with the B on your left. And then end that measure with your E. Alright, so the chorus the whole way through is going to sound like this, first and second time around. And you're going to end on 2 E's with your left and your right hand, because that'll make it easier when you switch from that G chord to your E to go. Now, after the second verse, there is going to be a pre-chorus of sorts. And it's actually really easy, but I think it's only played like twice in the song. And it's going to follow the C and the B chord from the chorus and end on an E, kind of split up. It's going to sound like this. Again. Alright, so you're going to play C, E with your left hand, then C, G with your right hand, and then you're going to play B, E with your left hand, and B, G with your right hand. And then you're going to draw out this E chord with E, B with your left, and then your right hand's going to play E and G at the same time. So that part again is going to sound like this. Or what you could also do is play that E, G higher up and make it sound like this. And kind of makes it sound a little bit different. Alright, so the final part of this song, it's not really easily described because it's the chorus, but I chop up the notes and add more notes on the left hand. But no notes other than what I've already showed you for the chorus part. So it's just to make it match, or sorry, not match, to go against the rhythm of the song itself. And I play that part like this. And I play the part like this. And I play the part like this. Alright, so experiment with that if you will. It's the same as the chorus, but you're playing around with an alternating motion of your pinky and your thumb when you're playing those rhythm chords. Now it still sounds fine with just the chorus in it, but it's just to, I don't know, I guess to change it up a little bit. So normally the chorus would be... Alright, so if you have any other questions, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to help out. If you really want me to make more of these how-to videos, let me know. If I get enough people ask me for a particular song, I might just break down and do it. Alright, so have fun.